Sander. His name was Sander Cohen. He had two jobs. His career job was he was a fire marshal, and he was also a volunteer fireman.
That night, I had just laid down for bed. Every night before my fiance goes to bed, she looks at the news. And she said, oh, look, there was an accident in Rockville.
In Montgomery County, state police are investigating a crash happened along I-270 in Rockville. It's around 10 p.m.
And I said, oh, yeah, I see all our units there. And I didn't think any more about it. And it was probably about an hour or two later, I got a phone call from another one of our friends. And he said, I need you to wake up. And he's like, I have something really important to tell you. You know, everybody was thinking it was Sanders, so I went to the firehouse. And Chief came down, pulled me outside, and told me about it, and told me that it was Sanders. It was just like, a rapid dump of just energy just leave my body when I found out my best friend had just died.
It is with deep sadness that I announce the death of Deputy Chief State Fire Marshal Sander B. Cohen.
December 8th, 2017, we had a knock at the door, and it was the head of the Maryland State Fire Marshal's office, and we answered the door, and they said our son was killed.
Deputy Chief Fire Marshal Sander Cohen was killed along I-270 when he stopped to help a vehicle that had crashed. Inside that car was an FBI agent who was also struck and killed.
My son was one of these people who he was doing what he did every day. If you talk to any of his friends, they'll tell you that he always stopped for people. He stopped to help.
Well, Sander always was willing to stop and help. There was something innate in him that made him want to make sure that everybody was okay.
Sander was the type of person, ever since I met him, we joined the fire department together. We came in together. From that time of joining the fire department together, Sander has always been the type of person to stop whatever he was doing to help somebody else. He didn't even have to know you. But if he felt that you were in distress, and even if you weren't in distress, if Sander thought you were in distress, he was the type of person that would stop and help you.
The biggest thing I think you need to know is Sander didn't just stop to help because he wore a badge or he worked for the fire department. I mean, he stopped to help us, me, RJ, you know, anybody that needed it, people outside our group. I mean, he always took the time that when somebody needed something, I mean, there was a true sense of duty to his fellow human being.
Today, thousands say goodbye to Deputy Chief Fire Marshal Sander Cohen.
A hero-like turnout for a man who devoted himself to serving Maryland.
A hero is what we all want to be. All of us don't see ourselves as being heroes. And I think that we have the wrong definition of hero. We think it's some greater act when it isn't. A hero is someone who in some way contributes to the betterment of our society. And our problem is we think it has to be a big thing, but it doesn't.
Sander would tell you if he was here today that what he did was nothing heroic. He was just helping. But I look at it as heroic.
Maybe the message is, no, we don't need more heroes. What we need are more people to do acts that are heroic.
Chief 703 Golf, Montgomery. Chief 703 Golf. Yes, sir. Please, please. Lieutenant Sander B. Cohen. Badge number 403 of the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department. Off the entering quarters. Turn from the final run.
So the biggest thing I think, ultimately, and I think that in 2018, after we look at years and years of the changing world, that our world needs more Sanders. Like, we need more people helping people. We need more random people doing whatever they can do to make the world a better place. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Sander doing what he did that night was a reminder for me. That's what we do. I think that that's the biggest thing a civilian can take away from it. But it has no more meaning for a civilian than it has for us people who are in the business. I think it has the same meaning for all of us, that we all need to reach out and help somebody. And if you look at it, that's ultimately what makes our world a better place. And Sander was one person trying to make our world a better place.